you run and you hide. And you go to a place where you can think you can be safe for at least the next couple of days and you figure out what to do next. We have arrived at that situation, I think so. Where you can't combat this now. Yeah, you can combat locally here and there in your school, maybe, but you can't run away from this problem. Like thinking that, it's not going to affect my house. We all have to become aware of this ever-changing situation, of morality, of iman, of sense, objectable, truth. And beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Allah, allow myself and my children to find a cave. To be able to take shelter in until my children and I, we die with iman. لا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. We pass away with iman. And I hope these type of programs that mashallah Masjid is holding regularly for years can be a place where we get that inspiration to do the right thing. Where we get that inspiration to take something from these programs back to our own homes. Sit down with our kids and figure out what's our game plan. Like every single school has its emergency exit plan, fire emergency plan. Every family's got very different types of plans of how to get out of a difficult scenario. We have to also have this type of mashwara at home. Open discussion with our children, our college-age youth, and to say that as your father, as your mother, I'm here for you all the time. Unconditional love. But I beg you, please, come and speak to us. Whenever you are confused about anything. But do you think a person who is actually confused will speak to us? I don't think so. So you cannot leave it up to the children to do self-reporting. You cannot leave it up to the children to do self-reporting. Are you all following me? We have to ourselves be on the lookout. We ourselves have to be investigating and watching and seeing what is happening. And continuously recite the dua, Allahumma arina al-haqqa haqqa warzuqna ittiba'ah wa arina al-batila batila warzuqna ijtinabah. Oh Allah, allow us to see the truth as the truth and allow us to see falsehood as falsehood. Allow us to see the truth as the truth and inspire us to follow it. Allow us to see falsehood as falsehood and inspire us to stay away from it. Why has this hadith been taught to us? It's as though it was mentioned for today. Because the line between the truth and falsehood, it's not, they say the line between truth and falsehood is becoming blurry. No, it's not become blurry. Truth has now been represented. It's like truth and falsehood, there's boxes of it, they've been labeled improperly. The box of falsehood is called truth all over. And the box of truth has been called falsehood all over. That's what we're doing right now. It's so confusing. It's not that there's a gray area or there's some misrepresentation a little bit. No, the boxes have been switched completely. Completely. Whatever you thought was right is being told again and again to your kids is 100% wrong. Falsehood. And they're falling for it. And whatever's been ingrained in your blood and my blood that this is falsehood, they're being told that this is right. How long are they going to resist? It's a matter of time, Allah forbid, that they're going to cave in. Unless Allah saves us, and unless we're making extra effort all the time. 8 hours in each school system they are. 8 hours. Plus they go to the playground. Plus they go to sports. So how many hours a day they're getting exposure to this other types of falsehood being presented as the truth? And then how many hours are they getting with you and I? Or in the masjid, where that compass is being corrected, where the internal compass is being readjusted and realigned. For some of us, we don't even have a once a week meeting with our kids. For some of us, not even, we may go out to eat and go have fun, but we never talk about these issues. And it's rotting inside, like termites that eat up a tree. It looks like a huge tree. But strong wind comes and the whole thing falls, crashing down. Some children then become like that because they've been eaten up internally by these termites. You think, mashallah, he's got a beard, he's got his kufi, he's coming to the masjid, everything's fine. This is just the external appearance. Inside he's been eaten up completely. That is something we seek Allah's refuge for our kids and for ourselves. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He grants you and I a deep understanding of what was shared. And if what was shared was a benefit, it was indeed from Allah, and we ask Allah to forgive. That any mistakes were made, may Allah protect you from the evil effects of that. And may Allah forgive us for that. I want to take this moment to invite all of you, inshallah. I'm actually just doing programs this weekend after about 3 years or so, alhamdulillah, I got an opportunity from the New York area, and we just drove from New York to do this program. We're going back to New York. And I will be, inshallah, inviting all of you to this Christmas holiday weekend, 23rd to 24th, 25th, 3 days, December 23rd, 24th, and 25th. We're having our annual winter intensive at Darussalam, Lombard, Illinois, in Chicago. And this year's theme is about maintaining morality, right? Maintaining identity, especially when it comes to moral issues. And there are flyers for us outside. I would request you, inshallah, to make arrangements to come with your family. And for 3 days, the brothers take you i'tikaf in the masjid. There's 2 Muslim-owned hotels across the street. You can come and stay there with your family. Classes are going to be from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And lunch is served over there as well, coffee and tea throughout the day. And we have it from Jum'ah till Sunday, 6 p.m. And we usually pray Isha early during these 3 days. 6 o'clock, you're done with Salat al-Isha. We pray Isha at 6. Alhamdulillah, the rest of the evening, if you want to go tour and see the city or visit relatives, etc., you can do that. And then, alhamdulillah, you still have a solid, like another, about 12 or 15 days left for vacation. Because January 9th, I think schools are open. So you have a long vacation. You can do 23rd to 25th, 3 days, and then 26th onwards, you still can do whatever you need to do, with your kids and with your family. So I request everyone to please, while we have that opportunity, while our children are still listening and wanting to come and benefit from these type of programs, let's not back away. Let's make this our family trip this year. And hopefully, this will become a regular thing for us. Additionally, those of us who have younger children, like say 7, 8 years old or 10 years old, we have a parallel youth track throughout the entire time for those 3 days. And so inshallah, your children can benefit from those parallel programs. Age-appropriate sessions will be taking place throughout the entire 3 days. It's like $25 or $50 for those who can afford it for the entire 3 days, right? So meals are included. That doesn't basically even cover cost. But it's just a small minimal fee for the out-of-state students that we want to accommodate them. So make niyyah, please, inshallah, to come. We have that, and then I'll also quickly tell you we have a few other programs. In February, we have our one-day no-tech retreat. 1 day. In February, we have no cell phones. Everyone's fasting, and they do i'tikaf in the masjid for 24 hours. So we started that last year. We found it to be very beneficial. That's going to take place in the 3rd week. So that's why if you've signed up to the WhatsApp group, you'll get the information for all these programs in an appropriate time, so you can plan accordingly. And then the last weekend of May, inshallah, will be our annual 3-day retreat. Annual 3-day retreat. This is going to be last weekend of May, and that's more of it's more very spiritually uplifting for the whole family. You can book your tickets from now, or put it down on your calendar. I'm giving you a heads up of 6 months. So it's the last weekend of May. Memorial Day weekend will be the annual retreat. And then when summer comes, alhamdulillah, we have our summer intensives and the Arabic intensive. We have a 6-week Islamic studies and intensive. We've been doing it, alhamdulillah, for about 14, 15 years now. And so we're able to receive students from across the country, both boys and girls. And we cover a lot of these topics that I've shared about in detail. And then we have our 1-year program, which, mashallah, a number of students from this community have already joined and graduated 10 years ago, 8 years ago. It's called our Tanweer Immersion Program. Alhamdulillah, this year is the 11th batch that is taking the course. Alhamdulillah, we have about 120 students, or 110 students this year in the program, boys and girls from across the country. It's a full-time 1-year program. Working professionals come as well and join the program. And then, alhamdulillah, those who finish that and they want to continue further, we have a full 7-year plus 2, and a 9-year program. It's a 2-year specialization, and a 7-year alim program, and alima program. With Allah's grace and fadl, and students from this community have come in great numbers. And so, there's something for everyone. It's, you can come for a few days, or you can come for years. The goal is stay connected with these places in your own masjid. You have Sheikh Mateen here, you have Mufti Azeemuddin, and you have many other ulama, alhamdulillah, Aimah of this masjid who've been doing great work. Staying connected with them and asking questions before they get too late. And giving exposure, mahol, environment to our kids is the most important thing. Just giving them exposure. I told you that how the jarasim, germs are in the air. Similarly, ruhaniya is in the air too. You go to the right place, The spirituality is in the air. It's not even in the talk, it's in the air. When you go to a place where dhikr is done consistently, Quran is recited consistently, mashayikh and ulama, they come consistently, there's something in the air that when a person enters that spot, he gets affected in a positive manner. And so that's why I request everyone to please bring their children and come themselves to be able to benefit from this environment. Inshallah, jazakumullah khairah for giving us an opportunity to share a few words. And I thank the brothers who sat patiently and listened to the talk. Alhamdulillah, it's now time for Ishraq, I presume. And so alhamdulillah, we'll get the reward of, inshallah, the accepted Hajj and Umrah. And also the barakah of having our good deeds, all the affairs of our day, inshallah, be made easy. Inshallah, so pray that Salatul Ishraq before we head out for breakfast. And Zuhair, he's got the flyers there, make sure you take them. The back side of it is the pictures of the institution. Front side of it gives you the details of the workshop. And then there's a QR code pages right here as well. If you haven't joined the group, inshallah, before you have breakfast, please do that, inshallah. I hope Allah gives you and I the opportunity many more times to sit with one another and benefit from one another. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallah wa bihamdihi, wa ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.